I'm walking again. Trying to get at least one lap in real quick. Just one lap in. Kind of at a weird time. Someone's got to pile in here to. Hey, I can get one lap in real quick. I had to talk about some stuff because there's some. I do lots of tying on the can. I did a really cool tie recently. That was for fun. Something for fun. I just like sitting there that night, and I was like, I'm about to tie like these. I'm gonna tie this bead head like this. I just do it together. It just came out of my mind. I was like, yeah, this will work over here. That was fun. And then I was thinking about some other stuff. It goes on. Caden, man, you and that poopy stuff. But yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna take a walk real quick. Sorry, y'all, you gotta have to look at the pavement. But I was just like, I'm gonna take a quick lap around the area. But there's some stuff sometimes. There's a lot of people talk about spiritual stuff. I talk a lot about it too. Sometimes do a lot of fishing when I can. Because my bones don't handling this cold. This thing. I used to stand out there in February, and all up in the ice and stuff. I sit for hours. Now I'm only 41, and other people still doing it. I was like, man, I can't. And then sometimes it's not as productive as you want it to be. But hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm just walking. I was like, I'm gonna take a walk real quick. A little bit about that stuff. Some people ain't spiritual. They don't like getting into it because they get back and forth on each other over it. But sometimes, boy, you can see something. You see the positivity in it, and you see there's a little bit of negative, and then the other individuals didn't know how to deal with it. Yeah, I see you. Hey. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for a minute while I walk around and dropping them yeah, I was like, I'm gonna take this real quick lap. It probably won't take me. I might be done with this in a couple of minutes. Walk. It's gonna take me 20 minutes, 50 minutes to do this little mini walk. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes on sometimes. So all you gonna see is them feet kicking. But yeah, my knee was doing really bad because this weather that came in. And you can see a little bit of snow. Yeah, the weather kind of jacked me up a little bit because I used to play lots of. I used to be really into hoops and stuff. I was really a strong hooper for a certain amount of years. Now people are like, why do you play no more? I said, man, I put in some crazy stuff that I used to do. Crazy drills and stuff. Like I would be on my own doing, and people thought you just have natural doing. But it's like, no, man. It's like that's a lot of work. And it comes back on you later. You have to keep kind of doing stuff. So good walk sometimes kind of help. But I had a little bit of nerve damage from something like that. Like a neuropathy, a thing that came up in the last couple years. So it came from something else though that happened. But walking kind of helps. Get the blood flowing because those nerves are trying to die or something. So it's good to kind of walk. Do a little brisk walk sometimes. Cold kind of helps it, but at the same time it's hurting my knee and ankles. So I try to bundle it, but it's kind of windy today. Hi. First, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I decided to take a walk. Instead of tying something right now. So I take a little walk real quick. Walk around, see what's happening. I need it anyway. That cabin fever, even though I left earlier today, I was like, man, that cabin fever, I gotta get out of here. It's cold, even though it's cold. Just go for a little bit. Take a walk. Chat, see what people want to talk about. See what's going on in the world besides fishing. But fishing is one of the things I really do like to do. Sometimes when it's like this, I'm like, man, I can't do it. I had to put my knee brace on because my knee is acting up so bad. They put a compression on and stuff, and then wrapped up. Dang it, man! I put this compression brace on. Okay. that's all that sports, it gets after you later, it kind of digs at you, but you'll know when winter's coming. You'll know when that real snow is coming because your knee will start, whatever area it is, your ankle will start acting up. And I have an ankle and right knee type of thing that happens. It'll start acting up on you. Like my leg used to twitch. My ankle used to start twitching at night, and it'd be like, when in the warm house, I'm like, it's about to get cold. Something's going on. It would act up. I knew some snow or something weird's going to happen. It's kind of funny with the sports stuff. If you play like at a semi-high level, and then you didn't, so I was like telling somebody else today, we were talking about pro sports and stuff, and I was like, sometimes it's not what you think. They make big money. It's not always what you think. There's blocks and stuff sometimes on you, and that's why only a certain amount of people are allowed to, because there's things in there you don't know that are hidden beyond your thought and psych process. But definitely hooked up some flies I was really happy with. I want to do a live soon. I have a cool bass jig I want to tie up. I just been putting it together in my mind. I finally this is the color I want. This is how I want it to look. I can do 2 of those. I want them a certain way. But I want to do a tile. And I want to do this because they're going to be, they're going to be something I'm going to toss in the springtime. Just see if I can coax a nice largie or a really big smallmouth with. It would be so fun to see that jig pull something out, and it'd be hand tied in a way that's similar to the artificial, but it's still a little bit different. I'm gonna add some. Works really good. I get a few with that. I might make some other colors just for fun for summer, but they'll be more of a summer pattern color for what happens around in my state and the surrounding areas. So it'll be kind of fun. That's gonna be a fun one. I want to do kind of a live on that because I'm just gonna be creating it. That'd be kind of fun for anybody who subscribed. They'll be able to see it and be like, wow, that's kind of cool. And it'll be fun to tie that, and then later on. It'll be probably, if the weather pushes off the right way, it'd be late March when I fish it, maybe late March to April. Maybe I'll toss it around. I'll kind of switch back and forth to trout fishing, do some trout stuff, using baits. I get antsy sometimes, so I'm fishing trout now, and then I'll switch up. I'm fishing bass now because there's some places I fish. There's everything's there, so I'll just switch up lures real quick. But yeah, so let me take a little mini walk again, just for a second. But there's some spiritual things. I'm not calling myself holy, but some of the things I've endured. I stuck to a fellow YouTuber and breaking that down to them. And I'm like, damn. They're like, damn. I'm like, that happening? I said, yeah. Ooh. They're like, no wonder run you be running. Yeah, because people taking them orders and stuff, and you're like, hey, you start breaking it down to them, and then sometimes they realizing I realize, okay, and then you're like, I'm gonna say it though because I need to, because I'm tired. You get kind of tired of them attacks and stuff, and nobody needs that. They want to have quality of life and peace and wife if that's what you're about or whatever. You want to be able to find those things at work, or if you have to get a job at 9 to 5, or even if it's 30 hours part time, whatever it is, But when you go through things where those things are almost taken away from you by what's done to you, and there's many have happened to many a person in this world. It ain't fun, and then that's that stuff. It kind of tries to turn the person into the thing the person has been attacking you. And sometimes those entities will try to use your own words against you because you're upset about something. And you have to realize, like, the person on the other end decides to try to take out that thing on you or do something. They have to, like, is this a good thing to do? But many people do not have that endurance to be like, no. You know, like, no, I'm not doing that to that person. Like, and I know that guy, or sometimes it'd be somebody close. I had some stuff with people close to me. And I was like, why are you doing this? And I was like, I know why you're doing it. You know, just little hints on that and the darkness that moves throughout, you know. But if you try to be good to folk, you know. And you try to. So I don't go live a ton. I do more short stuff lately. But hopefully when it's warmer, you'll see a lot of fishing, more fishing stuff. You'll see a lot more live fishing stuff. And some popular spots, some not so popular spots. You'll see some urban fishing type stuff too. I have a couple spots I haven't tried that, but that's going to be interesting to try because they're going to be deep within, like, they're going to be pretty deep within the city of Seattle area. And those are going to be some interesting fishing spots because I sight fished those without fishing them, basically. And I just never went back to fish them. So those are going to be fun. Holla boy, what's up, man? Yeah, I was like, hit the live for a minute and take a walk through this Washington land. You can see some snow. A little bit of snow left, but it's kind of windy, kind of breezy, cold. We just have to walk real quick, you know. We'll talk a little bit about that stuff. Something I'm gonna do when it warms up in the next month. It all depends on how these like 3 weeks coming up, how the weather changes, if I'm gonna be fishing soon or later. Like, if that's gonna move those fish where I want fish for them, but that'd be kind of funny. You know, it's funny, you know, in the back of the cover of Nirvana, where they're like standing on that first album or whatever, and it's like the white background, and like, I've gone to that spot. I know where that is. I've been there. It stood there, and people were like, where is that? And I was like, someone took me there a long time ago when I was younger. And they were like, I was a little, like, 15 years younger. They're like, man, I was like, where is that? And they're like, I know where it is. I live. And everybody took pictures there and stuff. We had fun. We had to drive over. It's basically on Mercer Island. So you have to cross the water towards Seattle to go to that place. It's the island in between on the lake. And there's this little weird area, and you have to, like, it's weird. You have to, like, do this thing to get down to that spot. And it's near, like, the freeway. It's really weird. It's like a little spot, and there's nobody's ever hardly there. That's where they took a picture of that. And it's like a white background. It's got these weird design bricks, like these big bricks. That's where Nirvana took that picture. Pretty cool. I got to go there. That was pretty fun. One day someone was like, let's just go. And then another person was like, I'll take you to his house. Like, this is where they were staying. What's her name? And, you know, the girlfriend at the time, where everybody was like, she's crazy. This is where they were like, this is her house. This is their house. Like, that's their driveway. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, that's their driveway. So that was pretty cool too. I did a lot of travel, like weird random these adventures to try to find things or see things. And some were good, and some things I was like, this is. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know. I didn't dig deep into that stuff, but I ran into a lot of. That is weird. It's funny because if you name drop somebody, you're talking about why, like, people like, what, you're lying. You're like, no, it's like, they're people. Like, you don't think that person was walking through Seattle one day and wanted some food, and I just happened to see them right here at a bar or whatever they were doing. There's this is how it is. It can happen anywhere. You just never know. Jim Carrey, that's once in a while I met too, and I didn't even know who he was. That's another one. I didn't know who he was, and then I saw the video of him, and they took this old video, and I was like, I was there and I was like a kid. I was like, I was there and he was doing that on the street. I didn't even know who he was. And I was like, you're probably going to be this. I don't know. I just walked off. I was with another family member. And that was funny. And then now I look at that video all the time. I see it all over the internet. And I'm like, I was there, like standing there watching them do that and like walking around. And I saw him doing that, making that video. It's pretty funny. World's kind of funny like that. And you're just like, okay, cool. I just bumped into a lot of people like that. I just always thought that was, I always think it's weird. I'm like, how did that happen? But yeah. Some people are like, you're just gonna get clout. I'm like, no, it's like, they're the ones that got the millions. I don't. I don't have that. I'm just that weird dude that just kind of crossed your path. It is cool. It's just, you know, and you're just like, hey, this was cool. Like, sometimes it was cool because I actually got to sit and like have long conversations and like kick it, like really kick it with someone. Like, man, this is a real person. Like, it was cool. And then some were really mean. I was like, you're rude. Some people were rude. Some were like really cool when I bumped into them. I was like, well, you're like, you're like not anything what betrayed of you. It's just kind of how that is with that stuff. You gotta make a persona sometimes to grow whatever your brand is. So it's kind of how it is. Yeah. You know, still kind of actually hipsters, you know. Then I was like, because we did have like this UCL used to have like a really big hippie scene too. They even had the Black Panthers here, all kinds of stuff. Way back, and that's like my parents' era. And they were like, "Oh yeah, the Black Panthers just stay at this particular place," and that place is still there, but now it's named something else, and it's like a different. Now it's a whole, you know, of course, it's a whole different vibe now. But some of those areas have like changed so much, and I used to just like one area used to be like, "Oh man, on the gangs over here." Before that, it was Black Panthers, and then most people like different parts. Now it's gang stuff going, and then it changed again. Now it's not, and it's kind of, it's crazy. It's kind of moves around, and I think it happens like that in every city. But it's just kind of weird how, like, you know, 10 years does a big thing. Sometimes in some areas, or whatever is being pushed. You know, so, yeah, man, that's why I had that incident happen, man. I hate to say it, but first of all, someone I know is suffering because of it. I suffered a little bit because of it. I'm okay. So I came out better than the other person, but the other person covered me up so I wouldn't get hurt. But I still got hurt. But you know what I mean? It was just one of those crazy things that Alabama's kind of crazy, you know, because of the gun stuff there. It's kind of, you know, some of the other states are just, they're just how it is. Like everybody packing something, you know, and that person was packing something just to do it. And then they're like, I don't believe you. And they went and did that. And they took orders from another individual off of a word talk thing through the line. And it's pretty horrible to do when I was a younger person. And I had to go back to school. I couldn't leave my house. My parents was in the house. And it was all like manufactured. All manufactured. So it was just like, this sucks. You know, it sucks like taking this thing off the side of your body and it's like draining stuff and stuff because something done passed into you. And honestly, I bet you there's I don't know if they got all of it. I don't remember that part. I just remember the other person that protected me going and look in the toilet and there's a bullet in the toilet. So it like came, like pushed, like came out of them. It's as crazy as that sounds. As crazy as a story as that sounds, that's what happened. It was like, you caused. So I'm like, I didn't cause any. I was like, the other person had a choice, and they just like, took it and, you know, ran with it. So, and then I'm sitting there like, somewhat okay, and that person's pancreas got jacked up, and it's like, but they're still alive, but they're just it's a little struggle now, and they had to go through cancer stuff, and it's just it's not cool, but it's how they kind of operate these groups, and they try to, you know, some people they want you to fall, like they really want. I guess they see the God of Jesus in your heart. They see something, you're positive, or you have a funny way about yourself, you're laughing and giggling. and they want to do that thing, you know. So, and the other person don't know that that's what you're about because you're a new person they just met, and then they decide to take like a weird action on you. And, I mean, at least the guy prayed with me, and everybody's like, some people, I explained to them, and they're like, "That's crazy, you." Then they're like, "Well, you did this later," and I'm like, I still was like, I know that there's some BS to this other part, and I'm gonna go over here. And someone else comes in who you kind of were supposed to meet, and then they decided to turn on you and do some evil and call you the devil or something. And you're like, no, you don't see the in between these things that go on, and it's not right for anybody. Yeah, you shouldn't have to feel fear and stuff. It's kind of it's janky. It's janky. It's weird. It's just not. Yeah, it's just but you see that stuff. I got some. I don't know. I'm gonna post this one too, but yeah, there's some like people roaming because I came out. Dude was like honking at me just because I'm taking a walk. Just because I took a walk. Beam, beam, beam. I'm like, oh yeah, you're one of those folks. Okay. Like, you're monitor is weird. What you doing? What you do? Why you left your house? Why you upset about something? Why you don't like how he did something hard to you? You know what we could do to you? You just did it. That's kind of how some of these groups work. They'll try to hold things over you, but it's all manufactured by them, and they'll try to make. And if something happens to somebody else, they'll try to make them mad at you and attack you, and that's how they do it. And then that person goes and gets hurt themselves after that's what they do. And your best option, if you have even gone through something really crazy, is to go away from them. Like when they do that, and you kind of sometimes you need to speak your voice. So I'll speak my voice, but you're the puppy talking. But yeah, you can't always tell everything because some of that stuff is just. That's why I see some of the thug gang jokes and stuff like that. Y'all don't even know how crazy weird it is. Because they never experienced that. If that makes sense. They never experienced like what that feels like. You don't feel it at first when those things, but you will. And you'll remember that. And some people, when they come at you with that type of attitude, they don't know what that feels like, but that's a threat, But they don't know what that really feels like but they got that power in their hand. So there's a lot of people out there like this too. A lot of people have ran into like that, and I'm like, yeah, you're all right, whatever. So there's a lot of weirdness with that stuff. And I know how Alabama, how they be getting down over there because I was there and I was visiting, and that weird situation happened. And I think he really felt like I tricked him into that. The principality tricked him into that. And then he decided to come back and follow a script and cause harm. And I tried to talk to him on his channel before too, and he blocked me. Like, I'm blocking you talking like that. But we've like talked before. He and like hugged and talked about it. I said, man, they're doing stuff. Like weird stuff is happening. And he's like, okay. I was like, just be careful, like pay attention. And then I haven't seen him since. And but I was just like, dude, yeah, that upset me, But hey, man, some of this stuff, it's not worth it. It's just, I don't know. It's more stress than you want in your life. And you'll find that after you experience a bunch of the bull. And you'd rather be like hanging out, laughing with some people. Even if you can't see them in person and you want to see them or visit them, or you met them once before and that person, it's fun to talk to them and communicate and like, I know this won't happen, but that they, and then you might have gave them a few tips like, hey, just be careful because some of these people, hey, you might need one of those other things into your pew-pews, but I'm not the one you need to worry about. I've already went through that. This weirdness that went on with me and somebody did something to me, and I was like, at the time I was like, I'm minding my business. I just happened to bump into you on the street. So I just gave my life. Warning us, just be careful and just do YouTube or whatever you do, and you see something weird, pay attention to that alarm system in your body. When that little intuition thing kick in, it says, sometimes it says, don't go there, don't go here, or it's just like, just wait a few hours. Just sometimes you just gotta follow that, because your spirit man is telling you, your discernment is telling you that something is amiss and happening. It's waiting for you. You just don't know it's there. That's kind of what I call the seer thing. It's intuitive. It's empathic. It's stuff. And sometimes we miss it if something still happens, or someone else wants to go so bad. You go and you're like, oh, God dang it, what you did. This I would have never went over here. And like, dang it, man. But that's kind of one of those things. That's why I'm like, yeah, I believe in the good book, but learning that little discernment thing is real crazy. And in my case, oh wow, bunny rabbit just took off and ran off down the alley. That's cool. But yeah, it's just I was like thinking about it. I was like, man, it's bothering me right now. For some reason, it was like bothering me. It's something someone else said. It was on YouTube, a different channel, not Simone's channel, a different channel. I was like, bothering me. I was like, this is bothering me. Let me speak about this. And there's a reason why I've always ran away from people too. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that energy right now. And when I say something, they're like, I don't like it. Like, you said that right. But I might be saying some truth. And it's just like, hey, you don't have to accept it. You just take it and go, okay, you did say it. Okay. There is something to it. And that's about it. Just take it at least that. And then I feel like I've done what I need to say about it a lot of times. But I'll bring up something. I'll talk about it a little bit. But that's her channel. It was funny. She brought up something that was very funny. She was like, do some devil whisper. I started laughing. I was laughing in my love, and I was like, this ain't funny either. And I said, you're saying truth, but you have no idea how deep that goes. And I was like, trying to tell me. You're trying to tell him about what that is. Jose, what's up, man? I like that reel you got. The one with the it's got like the purple and green. I like that one. When I looked at one of those a while back. I'm like, I didn't have to get one. But it's a cool reel. I like those. I like the double. I like the fact it has the double handle, because I only have a couple of rods or reels like that. And for spinning, I have none like that. I have like almost like big paddles. For salmon fishing, they have like so many big paddles, which I probably should switch out one of them and get a bigger one, just to make it easier when I do my jig fishing. But yeah, just took a walk. Like I'm gonna try for a minute. And the moon's out, man. That's the crazy thing. I just happened to feel like I was like, man, I gotta get out, walk for a second, because I'm walking because I was stiff and hurting. I was like, I gotta get out, walk again, chat a little bit, do something besides tying, do more than just tie, do other things, do a game and stuff. On the side, like I streamed a game too, also. Actually streamed a game. It's like, it looks pitch black. It's crazy. It's not even that late. It's like, not that yet. I streamed the one game. And I was like play the sound on this. Am I gonna get copyright for playing some of the sounds in there? Then I have Stray, and I ain't played it. And everybody streamed. A lot of people streamed that already. I was like, I haven't played it at all. I haven't. I have like a stack of games I can play. Like, should I stream some of these? Or you can stream wherever part I'm at, just like for fun sometimes. Maybe. I just worry about the music sometimes, like, because I put something that's in YouTube Music, it's there already, and they tried to just put a copyright on that, and I'm like, I'm not even monetized yet at all. They tried to copyright me, and they're like, it's low impact, it's fine, but they tried to like flag that immediately. And it was funny because that song is on their playlist. That was what was funny about that one. The song was on one of the 1 minute playlists, and they're like, we're flagging it because yours went over 1 minute. That's what it was. So YouTube's kind of funny with that stuff. Some stuff's low impact, some stuff's like, hey, like if you do get monetized, that would be this if you ever do. So me, I just like get rid of them. Yeah, but it's hard to dark see. You can't see. I was just thinking about that spirit stuff a little bit, and how like people play the little games and stuff, and then if you call them out, and then kind of okay, I'm like, you see this, but there's some stuff that happened today. I was like, oh, this is the same lady. She calling from Alabama. She's in Alabama. Like I'm dealing with some her stuff. But I was like, you calling from Alabama too? And she, okay. Like, I had it when that's frustrating when people treat you like that. Here's like, and this is them doing their job. She was like, you took you this long to get on there. She called me late. It was just like, you all late, 15 minutes late. And then it goes into 20 minutes because I got to move around the home. It was just weird. I was like, that's weird. That don't sound right to me. And then be like, you, sir. You. But it's okay. It's just like, I'm going to talk to you until break it down. Yeah, I don't want to stay out here too late because sometimes the area I'm at has activity at night and people be just be monitoring, doing weird stuff. Even on the weekday. Every moon. So I'm like, just walk through real quick. Then got my walk in. But yeah, to all those out there, I'm happy for those who subscribed, who enjoy watching me tie some hyper speed ties, and who support the fishing and just chat sometimes and talk real stuff. I really, it's nice. Yeah, I appreciate that, and all those folks from the fishing community who sub, and all the folks that I've mod for and hang out with when I can. I'll be all over the place. I've been everywhere, man. Across the mountains, everywhere. I'll be everywhere. I appreciate that. That's a blessing in itself in a different kind of way. Regardless of the darker principalities of evil to try to mess with us and cause us stress and stuff. For me, I'll pray about them. Even if you don't pray or whatever you believe in, it's like sometimes it's like, hey, there's something to these things. Definitely something to these things. And I know for some of y'all, if you're coming into my live, you're probably on the other side of the country. I'm on the West Coast, so it's just sun getting down. It's got the little orange going on, but I can see the moon now. It's kind of creepy, actually, in a way, in this little area. Like, I kind of like that they put that lights, more lights. It used to be more pitch black over here. At this time, it'd be dark. Kind of nice, because then, like, there's people who are doing things that are not supposed to do too much of that. They can kind of check them out. But sometimes it's been kind of rowdy in this weird area. Kind of rowdy. So, yeah, definitely that. Every day, if you're still a little breathing, able to laugh, smile, that's a good thing. And sometimes you need to apologize to certain ones, and sometimes you can't apologize to them. Sometimes the other ones, they've done stuff to you. Did a little you might do a little weird stuff, and I met a lot of different people, so I don't know how it is. But I prefer to be laughing and smile with folk versus the latter. The evil part that goes on with these situations. Laughter is sometimes more the key to the heart. Just people have that smile on their face. When you go through some real stuff, it's hard to smile for a while sometimes. Go through that. As some groups would say, the dark night of the soul, sometimes that's when you go through that. A lot of times you're on yourself. If you're not by yourself, it's just all that stuff's happened. Your friends disappear. Like they just, it's like if everybody just like abandoned you, even though you might be able to call them, it's like they've abandoned you. They're like you're telling them stuff. They're like okay, and that would be considered like dark night of the soul if you want to go into like tarot or something, that type of thing. That's kind of what that is. Like you've had all this stuff, and sometimes those people just kind of like can't handle what you've been through, so they'll kind of like back off and abandon you. And if they're the evil kind, they're also are doing it, have done some little handed things to you and you didn't know, they'll, of course, slander that. They'll kind of twist that and be like, what are you talking about? But if they're really your friend, they'll understand. They'll be like, nah, man, like, hey, this is what's going on. I don't want to do this to you. And somebody else wants to do it. And that's the thing about it. That's not what happens. The other person will be like, will keep lying right in your face, and that's what that narcissism thing. They'll keep lying to you, and it's not the good kind of lie. Like, I'm doing it sort of to protect them. It's like, no, I'm doing it because maybe I'll have to do something to them and get away or do harm them. And I've seen lots of people do that. And the person's like, why did that happen? And other people, you say something good, and good things start happening to them. They be like, why is this happening? I'm like, some people you care. They want to see you. They actually want to see that, and you should always feel that. You should always kind of have that about you, because there's people who say that and they don't, and then or they'll see you doing good and they want to see something happen. They're fonder that you're not going to, because there's some kind of jealousy. Something comes up in them, and you'll be like, why are they doing that? And you're like, you don't know what it is. Or when a person approaches you, sometimes some people will be like, you're never going to. And like, there's something with that person when they talk to you like that. You're never. Basically, they want you to fail, but they don't even know why they're telling you they want you to fail. And a lot of times that's some really evil. There's evil intent behind it. There's a lot of times they've been told to say that to you. So you're either gonna fight it, fall, and then build yourself back up, or just stay down all forever. It's one of the two. You only got two choices. So that's some of the stuff that kind of goes on with in this world when it comes to dealing with some of these clubs. I'll just call it a club. That's how they operate. And some people been doing it to people so long, it's all business normal for them to treat you like that. And they could be a doctor, they could be a healthcare professional or someone. You'd be like, why are they do? And you start realizing, like, oh, they're just doing that because. And you're like, that's messed up. And they're like, well, that's what you wanted, right? Because, and you're like, that's all I've been trying to. Don't say too much, because some of these groups, that's what they do. And they be like, see, and then people go, you're just unlucky. You're like, no. Once you realize that, you're seeing beyond. No. Like, no. That's not what that is. Yeah, that's some of the stuff I was explaining to some people in some chats, and they were like, damn, that's great. Yep. And some of them will be like, you deserve this, because they're on the darker sector thing under control, and you did all this come to see, and they'll over you, knowing dang well what they're doing is exactly why that happened to you in the same way. And they're the outside person coming at you now. They're an outside thing coming at you, talking some weirdness to you, and stalking you, following you around. Some of them like, yeah, look what I drive, and you don't know how they got it. So you're like, what? Yeah. So I'm about to end this live in a minute, because this person came up here literally there's no reason for them to be here. It's crazy. It's like they saw me going out. It's like basically just I came out the house. I decided to go outside and look at nature. It's like there was no reason for them to turn and do all that. Like you came all the way up into the park That's weird. You came all the way up in here. Oh, it's crazy. I don't want to show it because, but I'm not lying about this. It's crazy. They literally came over here because there's a three-way stop. You have no reason to come up this road. It literally says you're going into the park area. They literally came up because they slowed down because they saw me moving around here, and they came in here to look at me, just to come. And then they went right back in, and then went into the other monitoring spirits, as they usually call it, like probably part of the little club, and they do little weird stuff like that. It's just part of their stuff. Like a guy did this, and sometimes they want to do it in front of you, make you feel like you're repeating something, because they want to keep you stuck. So they'll like stage those things. I won't say the name of the group, but even when they talk about it, they know what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, he came back out, he like turned around. Now he's just coming back to check me out. Get out of here, weirdo. You're weird. He don't even live over here. This person doesn't live over here. They're just doing that shit. Sorry to say it like that, but yeah, they're just doing it. They're not even in this area. They just came to check out where I'm at, what I'm doing, am I live, where I'm at. This, just being a weirdo. Like, no one does that. Now they're going into the other thing. No one does that. It's just they be doing that weird behavior. Unless it's protecting me from getting harmed ever again, cool. If it's about some other, you're gonna create something new and get rich. Oh, we're gonna make you stop you. That's kind of how some of them people operate too. What was that idea? What is that rule? Or what? It's really strange, and it's sad. It's really sad when you see somebody who's going to do that, and even if they have the power because they have more money to do it than you, they can get it off the ground faster than you or something. Instead of being like, "Hey, I like that idea. Let's split that money." They don't do that. Some of those people will be like, "I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna." And so some of these people you see walking around super rich, that's how they got it. They didn't get it. They took somebody's idea, man. They ain't even really. And people be praising them, and I'm like, man, some of these people are evil as hell. Hey, Michigan gun dog outdoors, man. Hey, man, yeah, I'm strong. I'm out here. Decided to take a walk and go live. I didn't decide. I didn't want to tie anything today. I tied some hyperlapses, I decided to take a little journey. And so, of course, as soon as I come outside, some little monitoring people, You know how I do. Then people do with the club. So, they be kind of weird. They be getting kind of weird. You want to see what you're up to. You want to study what you're doing. That's what I noticed too. If I create any certain things, if I just do an old pattern or something, it's all good. When I do something to come out of my mind, it changes everything. It changes every time. Crazy? What is that? And it's good. You want people to, hey, that's tied after that person tied that. He calls it this. But sometimes it's like people want that gratification so bad over stuff like that. Boy. And it could happen in anything. Man, they'd be like, I'm gonna take that. It's the nature of human beings or something. It's just some humans. They want that star so bad. And I'm like, man, I done seen what some stars go through. I've met enough of them. And my little weird journey and weird running, and they're telling me like, this is horrible what happened to me. They telling me stuff that y'all ain't seen, and I haven't been around some of those people in a long time. Like, they telling me some crazy stuff. I was like, that happened to you. It ain't all what it's cracked up to be. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. We ain't doing that stuff. Ain't always. Yeah, it's kind of nice to have like a light. See. Yeah, it's not always what it's cracked up to be. That money's good. You know what? I think it feels like it's in snow temperatures because it snowed earlier today. And I like my hand, I'm like, ooh, I feel that. And I feel like the wind, you can hear like the flag going. I don't know if you can hear it. It's a little bit of wind. It's pretty cold. I mean, the snow is melted, but there's still packs like kind of in the neighborhood, like these neighborhoods and stuff, like where I'm at, where I'm walking around and checking things out. There's still some like little snow, little drifts and stuff, but most areas pretty clear. But it's cold enough to where it's not. It's still dead after the cars pushed it up and stuff. And it was supposed to snow today, and it did a little, but nothing where it's on the road. But I see the cloud, and I'm like, it might, because it's definitely cold enough for it. Right now, it's definitely getting looks like it's gonna drop. Temperature's gonna drop. It's probably like low 30s right now, and going into maybe 20s. But otherwise, it ain't gonna snow unless it dips down. Definitely some clouds around that are holding snow and precipitation in them. Yeah, I will be soon, but it's just like here, the way that the fish move, like there's an area where like right now it's probably frozen over, but I gotta drive like a long distance. And if I go there, I'm not coming home for like, I'm gonna spend like 2 days there. And I was like, I'm not going on ice. I'm like, I've never done that. But I know it ice is over there, and it's a really good lake. It's got burbot and everything in it, and I've been out there a few times in the summertime. Oh, there's really large trout in there, even in some you can catch some really large trout for sure. But when it's like this, and some of the lakes around here, you'll be sitting out there for a while. You might not catch nothing, and then sometimes if it warms up enough, you might, because they'll come in. At least trout will. At least the trout will. I've seen the trout come in like February, like out of nowhere, into like 3 feet of water for some reason, and they'll feed on like, because it just warmed up just enough for like a bug hatch, just enough so the bugs have to hatch. But it's winter, cold, and yeah, you can catch something, but it's like timing. It's like super timing, and I've seen that happen at night. Like so, like how it looks now, there's fish there, but it's few and far between. A lot of Dolly Varden. Like I've seen Dolly Varden mostly when it's like that. I've seen Dolly Varden over there. Yeah, there's a school of like 4 or 5 of them just like hanging out there feeding. I run back. I was like, I'm going home and get my pole. Nope, no such luck, bud. If I would have had my pole then, I would have caught it. But when I went back, you're gone. But there was bugs hatching. It was like the middle of the night. This is Washington State, so a lot of the fish here, like it's kind of funny. Like, I mean, it happens everywhere, but in the southern state, like you guys are, your weather's, they might, if it's a southern state, that water might be, that water might be 40s, but it'll jump up between 50s and 40s, like, so then fish kind of move back and forth. And if you can find a pond, you can, those fish are kind of trapped. You can find a way to find where they're kind of at, and even if they're not biting heavy hard or hot and heavy, like in summer, you can find a place like that. There's a few places here like that, but you kind of gotta, from where I'm at, I have to kind of like drive out to these weird knick-knack spots, and it's kind of hit or miss. And sometimes it's, so I'm like, sometimes I'm like, a lot of times we hibernate. A lot of the fishermen hibernate here a little bit, and only a few will go because they have boats or whatever. So, here it's like I fished some lakes and had some really crazy hatches on them where I was like, dang. I was like, it was just like they're everywhere. They're landing on me. They're everywhere. Like hundreds of fish is going. I'm like, this is like an epic hatch event. I've only been around that a few times, and I'm 41. I'm like, I only got to see that a couple times when I was fishing. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, if you can't catch a fish now, then something's wrong with you, because they were just sipping them off the top. They're getting the downwinged ones and everything. There's just fish everywhere. I was like, damn, there's fish everywhere here. Hopefully, maybe I'll get a couple, run into another day like that, where it's like, I'll just be out, in the spring or something, and I'll be like, oh gosh, the hatch is crazy right now. Yeah, I was trying to catch them. It was in dark, so I took my box and caught them because I didn't know what they were, and then I took it home and I was like, "What is this thing?" And I was trying to look at what they were, and it was a type of fly, and they were hatching off the lake. They were everywhere. They were pretty big too, and I was like, "What are these?" Look at the color of them, and those things were. They look like a mayfly, but there's something else, and they were yellow. And I just never forget that. And I caught it, and I was like, time stuff, time. Never forget that. You too, man. Have a great night, man. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. I'm just walking. I needed to. I needed to. I was out of condition, but like, this happened before too when we got the same kind of weather like a couple years back. I couldn't do anything. Oh, I just got a message. Someone's asking where I'm at. Family member, like, did you go somewhere? What you doing? Because usually I'd be sitting watching one of y'all or studying on something, you know, some kind of main thing I want to do, tinker with, something I'm interested in learning. It's just kind of, yeah, that's pretty cool. But we have snow here, everybody loses their mind, and they start spinning, crashing. I go sometimes in it too, but one of my tires is kind of messed up right now. I'm like, ooh. And I went the one night, and I said, man, and it happened again. I said, these are the same people from the last, like 7 years ago. These are the same cars. They all went and come home, they all, or wherever they're trying to go, whatever the spot. I was like, these are the same people. They all got stuck. I said, what are the chances of all y'all getting stuck on the same time again? Like the same, it's like same cars, same people. I'm walking. I had to park and walk because I'm irritated because I have 4-wheel drive. It was just funny. I was like, again? I was like, again? I even said, I said, y'all again? Y'all again? You want me to? Nah, man. You trying to? I was like, man, you people. And they all, some of them were that group. And you're trying to mess with me. And I was like, hey, I better take you buzz on, leave me alone. I don't play with that. I don't like playing around with y'all no more. Y'all don't play right. Y'all don't play fair, and y'all want to laugh and have fun, and you know, and fish or and talk, things, help each other. No, we ain't doing it. I'm not doing that. I don't like that mess, man. People just get in their little field. We all do, but sometimes it's like, why? And then when they do that to you so bad, it'll make you start acting like that to everybody else, and that's not no way to. They turn you, you know, they talk about narcissism so much on the internet now. That's what they'll turn you into because they already are. So they'll do something to you to get you upset and hurt you, and they'll just keep doing on you, covertly, malignant, all that stuff, and to get you mad, you know, get you upset. Alan, what's up? Thanks for coming in, man. I'm just talking about how, like, you know, human beings taking a walk in the cold. It's acting like it wants to snow again. The clouds are kind of clearer, but I'm seeing them hang out. It was snowing a little bit earlier, but not enough to stick. It's just barely. Not enough. But it's cold enough right now. It's really cold. The clouds kind of moved from my area, and the wind's kind of pushing them away from me. This area I'm at. So I'm like, oh, I bet you someone else is going to get snowed on tonight, unless the wind changes and it brings them back this way. Someone north of me is probably going to get snowed on. I can just feel it. It's pretty cold. It's getting towards the evening, so the cold, the temperatures kind of drop dramatically. It's kind of breezy. Yeah, people do that, and it's kind of sad, like covertly. And when people do that kind of dark, evil works on you, I'll say it like that. They want you to feel bad, like you're the horrible person. And sometimes you're like, I am on, and you start feeling like you are because these other ones that they're teamed up with are doing the same thing to you. And you're like, maybe I am. And it's like a psychological warfare. And it's spiritual too, because they'll talk about you. If you believe in whatever you, they'll talk about you. They'll talk crazy to you. You'll be like, it's a stranger. And you'll be like, what's going on here? You realize they're all in the clip doing some weird, and they just want to pick at you for some reason because there's something about you. You can see something. Maybe they feel you're a threat because you want the world to be a better place. I don't know. And so we got to make sure we can put something on you, do something to you, get you in a situation when you make a mistake, so then we can blame you. And that is literally the epitome of slander, demon work, if you want to call it that. And yeah, we got, some of us had to walk through the flames, some of us have really walked through some flames and still try to be funny and goofy, and we still kind of make mistakes. Make a little mistake, and like, I want to say sorry to that person, but would they accept it? Or this happened because this was going on at that time. There's some stuff that's going on. And I've had some experiences with that, even on YouTube in the past. The whole reason why I took down my channel in the first place back in the day. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I was like, if it's gonna be like this, there's no point. And then I said, you know what? No, this is how the entities would want it to be. They don't want you to show what things you could create and do. And I said, you know what? I got more in me. I got some more in me. I was like, you know what? I don't have to deal with that no more because I know what that is. I can see it. And I went to some chat rooms. I had some chats, where some weird stuff was going on in there. And it was like, they were talking about stuff that, I was like, how did they know that about me? Who are these people? And they were like, and they knew about stuff, like somehow. And I said, yeah, you're those monitoring people. You're little grabbers. You grab whatever information you get from wherever on people. And you see the screen name. You know who that person is, so you come in there to just do some weirdness. And we call them trolls, but these people go beyond that. They're not just trolls. Those people are like trolls. Those are like super trolls. they're like literally, those are people like they've watched you walk down the street type of troll. They know, like, let's see if we could keep him from, or keep that person from creating what they'd like to do. Let's talk about their lure. Oh, let's see if we can. Oh, he thinks that's great. Just weird stuff. They'll find something petty, dude. They'll be petty about it. It's just like, hey, let's steal that thing from him and then like give it to this person. Like, that person has money, dude. He can't do that. They'll do some weird petty stuff like that. And you'll see your lure pop up somewhere. And me, I'm just like, I just got to the point where I was like, I'm just gonna tie everybody's lure. I don't care. And produce whatever. I don't. Y'all enjoy it? You want one of these? I can make it one of those. You want a custom thing? I don't know. Whatever. Because I saw that going on. I said, well, then, hey, the way to defeat that is with a little bit of kindness, a little bit of laughter. That was it. Kindness, a little bit of laughter. Hey, crazy life. Kindness, a little bit of laughter, and because you see that they're trying to be trolly bullies, And I've had it where I was in a relationship and that happened. That's just a little bit of how my life has gone. Some people were like, well, you don't have a home, or you don't have a house. I was like, half the reason why I don't have certain things, because I experienced that. People who literally try to build up against you. Some of the sound systems don't off in the house. They build up against you in like a little secret group, and then you're going through that. And as I say, this is the best way to look at it. If it takes 15 people, and half of them are mostly strangers, people you just seen on the street, and they're doing all that weirdness to you, it makes you lose your job, get you sick and poison you, get you in bad situations. Those people are not good. they're the epitome of narcissism and evil. They work for the dark guy, the evil. And even if sometimes they help you, they'll help you when things they think it should be good for you. And then when it's time, because just to be close to you, some of those type of people. Some of those people. And then when things don't go a certain way, knock that person out. So that's kind of what they do to people. So I say people, pay attention when you see something about famous people, when something weird, all of a sudden all the weird stuff starts happening. It's like, I don't know if that's I'm like, I don't know if that's legit, but so I don't really like to totally be like, that person's horrible or that person deserves. I'm like, you don't know, because you don't know what scenario they were set up into. Someone might set them up or something. You don't know. And I've seen scenarios where people were set up and stuff happened. And I was like, you were set up, bro. I could tell. I've seen lots of weird stuff like that. I was like, I'm praying for you. I hope you. And some of them are YouTubers now, and some of the people I've met like that and they're doing really well. Like, they have 200, 250, two something amount of people in their lives and stuff like. And I'm like, I was talking to you, and they kind of taunted me back in the day about something later, and they did it on their channel, and I still was like, this guy. This is what happens. See, when I go try to be out at night. Yeah, you're weird, dude. See, these people, man. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm going the other way because that person is. Yeah. Monitoring, man. I said, as long as they're like keep protecting me, that's fine. You do that you want. See me fall, they fall. That ain't good. Cause I don't like seeing that from anybody. And I've had people get me mad to where I wanted them to. You know, it's just human beings. They make you get so angry. You out this happen. You get mad. You know, like, that's so much stuff after you. They get you to be like that, just to make you want to act like that to get ahead. Go do that to them. And that's what it is. So people who just get locked into doing that, and I just like, I don't know how to say it. I'll pray for y'all. I'll be praying for them. And that's all you can do, because and people, people get upset with that stuff. See, okay, here we go. Okay, so this is good. But yeah, they be getting bent out of shape about that. And I'm like, what you're doing is not. And then, I mean, that's a few people got mad. I told the one person I would come back, but I know they're up late. They might be up late. I thought this would be short, but I don't know. I just got another rambling rant. But I'm gonna get out of here, get back where it's warm, get some soup or something in me because it's really cold. I'm gonna take off and go do a little store run or something. And I hope y'all have a good night. Thank you for coming in and dropping mics. I appreciate it. More time to come and more fly tying, and hopefully I'll be doing live fishing more coming up. But I'm like, March. Well, I'm like, when will March get here? That's kind of what it's like, and when this cold's gonna push off. But when that happens, you're gonna see me doing some fun little stuff, and you'll get to see. I don't know if you get to see my face, but I'll be doing some stuff. I'll show you some cool smallmouth stuff, and I'll head to the big lake over here and kind of get rock hop around and hop to a couple spots and a couple little cool like sloughs and little backwater weird little areas that I used to frequent. And I don't frequent some of them as much, but I would like to frequent them a little bit just so y'all can kind of see some fun stuff. So, anyways, y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming in. I'm out of here.